Today is Ipchu, the traditional beginning of autumn, but South Korea continues to swelter under a record-breaking heat wave, with temperatures expected to soar to as high as 39 degrees Celsius in the capital region. Many Koreans are heading to the coast in search of relief, while the extreme heat is also disrupting professional sports, with the Korea Baseball Organization canceling all remaining games this week. The United States has newly imposed 15% tariffs, as well as price floors on imported polysilicon, a key material used in semiconductors and solar panels. President Donald Trump signed the order, saying the U.S. reliance on foreign supplies threatens national security. And the U.S. leader says he believes the war with Iran could be over soon, while dismissing reports that Washington is suffering a munition shortage. Meanwhile, as Iran and Oman continue talks on shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, Iranian media have said that a potential deal would replace the waterway's existing northern and southern shipping lanes with a centrally managed corridor. Hello and thanks for joining us on Arirang News. It's another scorching day here in Seoul, and as the record-breaking heat wave continues to grip much of the country, many people are heading to the coast in search of relief. For more on how people are coping with the extreme heat, we turn to our Shin So-eun, who is standing by at a beach in Incheon. So, So-eun, what's it like there?
Hello, Eunji. I'm currently reporting live here at Arirang Beach in Incheon, which is the closest summer getaway location from Seoul metropolitan area. The temperature here currently stands at 30 degrees Celsius, but the heat seems to be a bit more manageable here. This is because of a cool seawater and a breeze from coastal areas that help them to have a bit of relief. With the summer heat arriving earlier than usual, Arirang Beach opened on June 20th, about a month earlier than last year. More than 20,000 people reportedly visited the beach last weekend alone, with even larger crowds expected as Korea's peak summer vacation season continues through early August. And although today marks Ipchu, the traditional start of the autumn on the Korean calendar, there is a little sign of summer heat letting up. Here in Incheon, temperatures are forecasted to climb to 38 degrees Celsius today, a level associated with the highest heat wave alert. Across the capital area, the heat remains near its seasonal peak, with Seoul expected to reach at as high as 39 degrees Celsius. So for many people here, summer and the search for a place to cool off are far from over. Let's hear what some beachgoers have to say about their summer escape.
We're visiting from China, and we think the scenery here is really beautiful. The beach is lovely, and the sand feels very nice too.
It's one of the closest beaches for us, and I hadn't been here in a while, so I wanted to come back. The weather is really nice today. It feels cool, there's a good breeze, and the timing is just right.
Right, so So-eun, for anyone planning a beach trip this weekend, what kinds of activities are available and what safety tips should visitors be aware of?
Yes, Eunji, there are plenty of things to do here besides just cooling off in the water. Many people can enjoy water-related activities for an affordable price and also take a break under the parasols. Since they have to be in a prolonged water and the heat, officials are urging them to stay alerted for a safety guidelines. Officials are reminding beachgoers not to rush straight into the sea, but to warm up first before they go into the water. They're also strongly advising people not to enter the water after drinking alcohol and to use life jackets when taking part in the water activity. As the beaches gets busier, staying within designated swimming areas is especially important since those are the zones monitored by lifeguards. For families, that means keeping children close and with sight. So the idea is not to limit the fun, but to make sure a day at the beach stays enjoyable from beginning to the end. That's all I have for now. Back to you, Eunji.
All right, thank you for that, So-eun. The Korea Baseball Organization has canceled all remaining games this week as an unprecedented heat wave continues to grip the country. The decision came after an emergency meeting on Thursday involving league officials, all 10 clubs, and the Players Association. The KBO had already canceled Wednesday and Thursday's games before suspending the entire weekend schedule. The regular season will resume next Tuesday. Until further notice, all weekday and weekend games will start an hour later at 7 p.m. to reduce exposure to the extreme heat. The only exception is Seoul's Gochang Skydome, an indoor venue where Saturday games will remain at 6 p.m., while Sunday games may start at 2 p.m., depending on the broadcast schedule. And as Seoul swelters under relentless heat, residents are finding relief along the Hangang River, where riverside camping is becoming a popular summer escape. Our Hong Seo-jung was there.
Amid a gentle summer breeze, tents are set up beneath the trees. With sweeping views of the Hangang River, visitors relax in the shade, enjoying a peaceful escape from the heat. Families with children, couples, and foreign tourists have gathered at Jeollabuk-do Hangang Park for some camping in the heart of the city.
It's great for active kids to be out in nature. And having a place like this close to home, where we can enjoy the Hangang River, is really a great way to unwind.
Usually, camping overnight is not allowed along the river, but this summer, the city has designated special zones for camping at 4 riverside parks. Running from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next day, the campsites are available free of charge through a reservation-only system with space limited to 100 camping spots per site. Visitors can bring their own tents or rent them on site. QR codes are also available to help foreign visitors easily place food delivery orders. Just a short walk away, swimming pools along the river stay open till 10 p.m. and offer another refreshing escape from the heat. Food stalls by the pool sell food such as ramen and roasted chicken and a range of beverages, while visitors can enjoy the pool at an affordable price.
The entrance fee is really reasonable at only 5,000 won. Going to a beach can be a bit of a hassle, but this place is nearby, so it's much more convenient.
As night falls, visitors order food that's delivered to a nearby delivery zone. With lights coming on, the campsite takes on a romantic atmosphere, allowing campers to relax and enjoy a peaceful evening. Meanwhile, the swimming pool comes alive after dark, with DJ performances on Fridays and weekends setting the mood as visitors soak up the energy of the summer night.
Once I got in the water and got back out, I definitely cooled down. It felt really refreshing.
At the heart of the city, this urban summer getaway that offers camping and swimming facilities will stay open throughout August. Hong Seo-jung, Arirang News.
Over in the United States, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order imposing new tariffs and setting minimum import prices on polysilicon-related products. The measures are aimed at curbing low-cost imports while strengthening domestic supply chains for chip production. Our Park Won-wook reports.
A 15% tariff on products derived from polysilicon, a key material for semiconductors and solar panels, will be put into effect by the U.S. on December 4th. That comes after U.S. President Donald Trump signed a proclamation on Thursday local time, saying the measure was necessary to ensure that imports of polysilicon and its derivatives do not threaten the country's national security.
This is a series of trade and tariff actions under Section 232 intended to ensure that domestic polysilicon manufacturing is properly supported and protected from overseas dumping and offshore threats.
Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act gives the U.S. President the authority to restrict imports to tariffs or other measures if they're deemed a threat to national security. Thursday's measure also sets minimum import prices at $21 per kilogram for polysilicon and $100 per kilogram for polysilicon ingots and wafers, aimed at preventing dumping of low-cost imports while protecting U.S. producers. The measures also cover products used in the solar industry, as Washington seeks to strengthen the domestic solar supply chain that has long relied heavily on foreign production. Trump said the measures would also help bring chip manufacturing back to the U.S.
We'll have a big percentage of the chip business by the time I leave office, and we're bringing the chip business back into the United States in a very big way.
The order also includes incentives to encourage U.S. production of polysilicon and its derivatives, while authorizing the Commerce Secretary to make company-specific deals to promote such investments. Companies with approved plans to expand production in the U.S. may also receive tariff exemptions on some equipment and materials needed for their investments. While the tariffs will not take effect immediately, the administration says it will restrict imports by companies found to be stockpiling polysilicon or its derivatives ahead of their implementation. Park Won-wook, Arirang News.
And U.S. President Donald Trump also says he believes the war with Iran could soon be over as questions mount over American weapons supplies. Meanwhile, Iran and Oman are reportedly discussing a new framework to manage shipping and maritime fees through the Strait of Hormuz. Our Lee Seung-jae has the details.
U.S. President Donald Trump says he believes the war with Iran could be over soon as questions grow over American weapons supplies and negotiations continue over shipping through the Strait of Hormuz.
And we'll see those days pretty soon again, based on everything I see, as soon as the war ends. And I think it's going to end pretty soon. I don't think they can go much longer. Yeah.
Speaking to reporters Thursday, Trump also acknowledged that the U.S. military has faced supply issues with some weapons, but has an unlimited supply of most ammunition.
We have certain types of munitions that are very powerful, that we have unlimited, virtual unlimited supply. We have others where it's a little bit tighter, and we're getting them in on a daily basis.
His comments come after Reuters reported that the U.S. Army had used much of its global stockpile of highly accurate, long-range missiles during the 5-month conflict with Iran. Trump also threatened to seek long prison sentences for anyone found responsible for leaking sensitive information about U.S. weapons supplies. Meanwhile, Iran and Oman are reportedly discussing a new framework for managing commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. According to a source at Iran's foreign ministry, cited by the semi-official Fars news agency, the proposal would eventually replace the strait's existing northern and southern shipping lanes with a centrally managed corridor. During an initial transition, ships would enter through the northern lane near Iran and exit through the southern lane near Oman. Eventually, all vessels would use a central shipping lane, with inbound traffic managed by Iran and outbound traffic jointly managed by Iran and Oman. Ships would also be required to pay fees for maritime services, including insurance, fueling, and environmental protection. The Iranian source denied reports that Tehran and Muscat are considering fees equal to 3 or 7% of a ship's cargo value. Instead, charges would vary depending on the services provided. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most important energy routes, making any agreement over its operation closely watched by global oil markets. Lee Seung-jae, Arirang News.
In New York, Korean companies are finding a new way to reach wealthy American consumers, not through traditional advertising, but through its unique art marketing. Our Kim So-young has the story.
In Chelsea, where hundreds of galleries line the streets, a Korean automaker is turning heads with an exhibition on one of cinematic history's most iconic figures, Manifesting Marilyn, the Making of an Icon. The show explores the life of Norma Jean, Monroe's real name, and how she reinvented herself as an entrepreneur, pushing back against the entrenched power of the film industry.
Marilyn was all about creativity and innovation, and for us that really felt like a perfect synergy to work with Ted and the team here at Genesis House.
By aligning themselves with art and culture, Korean brands are zeroing in on high-income consumers who tend to be big spenders and very brand conscious.
We sponsor LACMA, the LA County Museum, and then we also sponsor the Met. We're in London as well, but the arts are very important to Genesis because we feel the arts are a global language.
The Guggenheim Museum, a landmark of modern art, has also been partnering with LG since 2022. Together, they give an award to artists who push boundaries through technology. This year, that honor went to American media artist Trevor Paglen.
My hope is that by having this type of practice validated through an award such as the LG one, it can give other artists permission to expand the scope.
Until recently, this kind of cultural patronage was reserved for only the world's biggest brands. That Korean companies are now at the table signals just how far they've come in terms of scale and global ambition. And the strategy is surprisingly cost-effective. Unlike mass advertising, which casts a wide net, art sponsorship puts a brand in front of affluent tastemakers who have the money and the mindset to spend.
For these Korean companies, the goal is no longer just visibility. They are selling a lifestyle and sensibility, repositioning themselves not just as car makers but as cultural players at the very top of the market. Kim Seoyoung, Arirang News.
South Korea's first rural bookstore village in southern Jeollabuk-do Province is drawing attention from book lovers nationwide. Beyond book-related events, the village offers visitors a chance to connect with nature and experience rural life. Our Cha Young tells us more.
A small village filled with bookstores has been built in the middle of a green field in Gochang, Jeollabuk-do Province. All 6 bookstores have their own unique characteristics. One focuses on philosophy, one on travel and the humanities, and another on ecology.
It was unique to see bookstores gathered like this. Coming back here has been a healing experience.
The bookstore village opened last October. As word of mouth spreads, book-loving travelers are flocking to the area. The bookstore owners also farm together. Visitors can enjoy the added bonus of picking blueberries from their shared garden and strolling through a wildflower field. At the bookstay, the village's accommodation, there are no televisions. Instead, that space is filled with bookshelves. The village also hosts a book concert about once a month. This week, Kim Tak-hwan, the author of The Immortal Lee Sun-shin, is the guest writer.
Building a village and a community with multiple bookstores is amazing. I hope to see more places like this in the future.
The bookstore owners all relocated from different cities, including Seoul and Gwangju. Brought together by their shared passion for books, they now share at least one meal a day.
Some visitors come out of curiosity, while many others thank us for creating this kind of space.
Many are watching with anticipation to see how the country's first rural bookstore community will evolve in the future. Cha Yoon-gyo, Arirang News.
This is the world now. In the United States, President Donald Trump has signed 2 executive orders limiting birthright citizenship. The executive orders on Thursday come just weeks after the Supreme Court struck down his first attempt. They target what the White House calls, quote, birth tourism, foreigners traveling to the United States to give birth so their babies can become U.S. citizens. An aide said at Thursday's signing that the practice is now banned. They also limit citizenship for children of foreign government employees. Trump called the Supreme Court's 6-3 decision a, quote, disgrace, and said people are building businesses around birthright citizenship. Executive orders set policy but do not carry the force of law, and these are expected to be challenged in court. In Europe, football's governing body UEFA says it could still boycott FIFA competitions, including the World Cup. It says FIFA's defense of President Gianni Infantino code changes nothing. The English Football Association has also written to withdraw its support for the FIFA president. This follows Infantino's plan to sell stakes in FIFA's tournaments to private investors. FIFA has dropped the plan and apologized, but UEFA says its conditions have not been met. Infantino faces re-election in March. Kazakhstan has released a tiger into the wild as part of a reintroduction project, giving the country its first wild tiger in more than 70 years. An adult female Amur tiger named Umid, meaning hope, was released on July 31st into a nature reserve near Lake Balkhash. She is one of 4 tigers brought from Russia in May. The long-term goal is to establish a breeding population back in the wild. Chu Ji-hyun, Arirang News.
It's 입추 today, the traditional beginning of autumn, but summer has no plans to leave just yet. Instead, we'll see the peak of this summer's historic heat wave with an expected high of 39 degrees Celsius here in Seoul. So avoid outdoor activities during the hottest hours and drink plenty of water. Our body loses large amounts of water through sweating to cool itself down. Seoul seems to be one of the hottest places in the nation, while Chuncheon and Gwangju will make it to 38 degrees, Daegu and Daejeon will rise to 37 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, Typhoon Dolphin will make landfall in southern China early next week. Although it won't directly affect the peninsula, rough seas are expected around Jeju and the South Sea, bringing heavy showers through the weekend for the East Coast and Jeju Island. So for those having summer vacation in the area, stay safe, while this change in weather system will start to ease the life-threatening heat.
That's all we have for today's noon edition of Arirang News. Thank you for watching. Arirang News will be back at 5 p.m. Korea time. Stay tuned.